I can't stop, won't stop.
Hi there, it's Fit Mama. So I decided to document my marathon training. Um, Today is July 21st. I'm in week 4 of my marathon training, and today's long run called for 11 miles, which is the longest run I've had since my half marathon on May 6th. So this morning I was I was very nervous. I had like the butterflies in my stomach. I was really, really nervous, and I don't really know why. Well, I do know why. I was nervous because for the most part, I was running with a group of ladies who I already knew was much faster than me. And I run with people all the time. I run in a group called Black Girls Run, BGR. I run with them. Wonderful group. I never really have a problem. I can't say never really. I never have a problem with running with any of the ladies. They're all so wonderful. Everyone running at different paces, and it's never really intimidating for me. But for some reason today, I was a little bit nervous. I think more so because we were running a route where I wasn't familiar with the route, and it was going to be necessary for me to keep up with them so I wouldn't get lost. Because, like I said, I've run with them before, and when running with them, basically what we would do is we'll go out and everybody runs their own pace. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with them being way up and ahead of me, and it really never bothered me before. But today was a little bit different. Somewhere around mile 2 or 3, I think it was, I started to think, yeah, this may not have been the best idea you've ever had running with them. So one of the ladies kept coming back, and she was wanting to make sure I was okay. And I knew I was fine. You know, I was fine because I was running my pace. I'm fine with running my pace. Their pace was a little bit faster. And when I first started out, I tried to run with them, not realizing that I wasn't running my pace, but I was running theirs. And I was trying to figure out why I was so tired. Then I thought about it. Hello, you don't run their pace. So I backed up. But with me backing up, you know, they were making sure I was okay or thinking I wasn't okay. But I was actually fine. But I'm just, like I said, not as fast as them. So I kept trying to tell her, it's okay, go ahead. I don't want to slow you down. That's one thing I don't want to do is mess up anyone else's long run. We're all training for marathon. So, but she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't leave me, and I finally convinced her, just give me the route. If you give me the route, I'll figure it out. Even if I decide to go off a different route, you know, I didn't want to mess up their run. So, she started to give it to me. She got on her phone, and I asked her to do a screenshot or whatever and send it to me via text. And she started doing that for me. And I don't know, as she was doing that, somewhere along the way, I got emotional. It was like just big, huge emotion just came from nowhere. And I felt these tears coming down, and I was starting to cry. And she couldn't tell. She had slowed down a little bit so she can get her phone. And then it was raining also, so that was good. So it you know, camouflaged the tears. And the fact that she was right there stopped me from really just going at it and breaking out to the ugly cry. So, at the time, I really didn't know why I was crying, but it was like I said, this big, huge emotion just came over me, like, you know, out of nowhere. So I kept going. As she, like I said, she gave me the information, and I kept going. I didn't know why I was crying, but I think after I got home, I had time to think about it, and I think I figured it out. It was like, here I am running. I had already been fearful of this race. And I think that's what it was. I think the fear was actually setting in, and doubt more so was setting in. Like, seriously, 26.2 miles. Seriously. And then I'm looking at these ladies ahead of me, and I'm thinking, they're the one who should be running the marathon, not you. And to me, like I said, I think that's fear and doubt trying to discourage me and stop me from achieving my goals. I've been wanting to run a marathon since I saw Oprah run her marathon, and I was like, I want to run a marathon. And everyone keeps asking me, why do you want to run a marathon? Well, my husband, he'll say, well, that's not so good on your body, and that's not the best way to lose weight. And I would tell him it's not about the losing weight. That's not why I want to run a marathon. I want to run a marathon because I guess because I just want to prove to myself that I can. I don't know. I want to run the marathon. So once I signed up for it, I'm going to do it. So, anyway, I'm straying. So as I was running down, I was getting ready I finally decided I'm just going to turn around. I'm going to turn around because I wasn't feeling it. And then this guy came up from nowhere, and that was kind of scary, kind of creepy, because I'm down in this neighborhood in the city, and I wasn't really familiar. And then they were kind of further up, so I was like, if something happens to me, no one can hear me, because everybody, I think they had their headphones on. Excuse me, I don't know, but so I made a decision I was going to turn around. Then another runner came up. She came back to check up on me, and I told her I was just going to head back. So she said, okay, well, I'll come back with you. And I said, no, that's okay. You don't have to come back with me. And she said, no, I'm not letting you go back by yourself. I'm going to come with you. It's okay. I'm not trained for anything. Let's go. You're not messing anything. I'm just running because I love to run. That's what she told me. I'm just running because I love to run. So, I tried to convince her, like I said, to keep going with the rest of the group, and she was like, no. Did I say I love BGR? So she came back with me, and I think when I made the decision to turn around, I was kind of conceding and saying that I wasn't going to do the 11 miles, that I would just start back over tomorrow and do the 11 miles by myself. But we ran back and we talked, and I didn't even put my headphones on, which is new for me because I always wear headphones. The only time I've ever gone more than 3 miles without headphones was just recently because I was kind of talking, but that never happens for me. Never thought I could run that far without headphones, but it was actually pretty nice. So, needless to say, I ran the entire 11 miles, and can't say I felt great, but I did feel great. I felt great that I finished it. And I do believe that had I turned around by myself, more than likely I would not have run back to even get to 6 miles, let alone finish the 11. But and I also believe that would have been a turning point for my marathon training, because tomorrow I would have felt defeated and getting out and trying to start back over and doing 11 miles. And who's to say if I would have done it or not? I don't know. But I think the biggest thing that I learned today was to not allow fear to set in and just pretty much take over everything. So I finished. Like I said, I'm just so excited. I did finish, and I'm ready to move on to week 5, which is 12 miles. So that'll be challenging as well, of course, but I'm prepared. And one thing that I told myself this week, what do I plan to do differently between now and next week, is to continue with my strength training. So I'm on a mission to lose these next 30 pounds before October 28th. I want to, hopefully I can get it done by the end of August. I know that's kind of aggressive, but with all this extra running, if I keep my meals within, my plan, I should be fine. And that way I can start increasing my speed, because the less I weigh, the faster I'll be. And the less discouraged I'll feel. I'll never be as fast as them. I can't say never, but I know not in this marathon anyway. And I'm fine with that. Like I said, I'm not trying to run their pace. I'm just trying to run mine. But can't stop, won't stop. I'm still moving forward. Week 4 is in the bag and 14 more weeks to go. So, see you soon.